If I'm right that AI plus robots is infinite productive units, and you see how fast it's coming, you literally are not capable of understanding what an economy looks like beyond 2030. That's the problem I've got here. I'm not concerned about the cliff of death, right, that we're going through. I found an asset that I can invest in, crypto, or I could buy technology, and it's offsetting the mess of the debasement, so I'm fine. What's harder is to say, what the hell does an economy mean after 2030?
A pin bar candle effectively means that the liquidity has been taken away on the one side, and now the direction of the candle is going to change, and we're going to continue to go up on the other side.
If I'm right that AI plus robots is infinite productive units, and you see how fast it's coming, you literally are not capable of understanding what an economy looks like beyond 2030.
Over time, many market experts have misjudged Bitcoin. When Satoshi Nakamoto released the Bitcoin white paper and subsequently disappeared, the concept was largely dismissed. However, as Bitcoin's price began to soar, it eventually became the 8th most valuable asset in the world. In this video, Raoul Pal, the CEO of Real Vision and a renowned crypto macro expert, discusses the future of digital assets and AI in an interview with YouTuber Tom Bilyeu. Raoul's perspective centers on the idea that the future will be more digital than today, leading to exponential growth in Bitcoin and other crypto assets. He argues that this explosive growth in digital assets will be driven by the rapid advancements and widespread adoption of AI. As we bring you more clips from the interview, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel to help us reach more viewers. Don't forget to turn on post notifications to stay updated with our latest content. Share your thoughts and observations in the comment section below. Thank you and enjoy the video.
That's the problem I've got here. I'm not concerned about the cliff of death, right, that we're going through. I found an asset that I can invest in, crypto, or I could buy technology, and it's offsetting the mess of the debasement, so I'm fine. What's harder is to say, what the hell does an economy mean after 2030 when you've got endless AI and robots and AGI? What is a company? What value do you provide in that world, or I provide? We sit there talking to people about it and thinking our way through it, but both you and I are developing AI tools of which we will have a digital Tom and a digital Raoul, and we don't even need to turn up to these, and they'll do a pretty good job. We're both working on these things, right? But are we going to be just replaced? The point being is, when you go to, like, Nick Bostrom, who is the key thinker about this at Oxford University, who wrote the book, I can't remember the famous book about the whole kind of where the future's going. There's a group there, an economics group there, who share the same concerns as me. It's like, if this is right, you could double GDP in a year, global GDP, or a week. What do companies mean when AI... I have a theory that OpenAI is using AGI to build its own AI, which is why they're iterating so fast with, what, 500 people? It's fucking madness what they're doing. How fast they're iterating. I've never seen anything like it. Even Elon Musk is like, I've never seen anything like what's going on here. The more we have AI to build AI, to build businesses, the faster and faster this goes. To me, was actually the opposite, because I was the macro bear, that everything reverts to the mean, that it was all terrible, and it is all terrible. And I realized I had the wrong mental model. And the moment I actually freed myself of my own biases and tried to understand what the fuck was going on and why were these assets going up, why was this happening, I then could see what was going on and what the big game was. And as soon as I could see that, it became a game I could make money from, and that I didn't have to be stuck wishing, and I've seen a lot of friends of mine do this, wishing that value stocks or small caps or whatever it is are going to work for them. And it's been 20 years now, and I've realized I had the wrong mental model. And the moment I changed it, I felt liberated, because the world kind of makes sense. And I just urge all of us to just make sure that we don't get obsessed by our own mental models, because they will change. And the world changes, and sometimes we can be dead wrong, and sometimes we can be dead right. I mean, I nailed the financial crisis, I nailed the European sovereign crisis, I nailed COVID, I nailed all of these things by being a big bear. And something I suddenly realized is, yeah, but assets kept going up. That whole period I should have just been long and have made more money. And that made me ask the question of myself.
Buy the dip.
That asked the question is like that dumb meme of buy the dip. I wanted to go all the way across the bell curve, go to the middle bit, arguing it all, come to the other side and realize that buy the dip was actually the single best strategy to have ever existed over this period of financial mess. And I was stupid for not seeing it. So anyway, I'm just saying, be careful, because Tom, I can see that you're so allured by the black hole that is there. It kind of comes to you. And we have this conversation. I try and pull you back from the black hole and say, yeah, it's there, but there's an opportunity here. And you're like, but the black hole. Just be careful of the mental model, because it will massively restrict you in what you do, even how you think about life and how you interact with people around you. So it's something I've learned the hard way, is we've all got to be a little more open to A, everyone's opinions, and B, our own biases and how ingrained they are. And have they become part of our personality just because it is? Or it's part of how we fear. Like, some people fear risk. So they become a certain way and present that to the world around them. Or some people have made money and then they're worried about losing it because their family didn't come from money. We're all set of our own human ridiculous biases. So we should just all, in all of these conversations, just step back a little bit. It's quite a uniquely American thing. Doomsday prepping, the fear of the decline of empire and the collapse of society, is weirdly an American thing. Even though the Europeans have gone through it twice, 2 world wars where we killed everybody, each other, in the most horrific ways possible, Europeans don't think of the same way of the collapse of civilization that Americans do. It's just a really weird cultural phenomena. And it's because it's the largest, most powerful economy, and it's saddled with debt and everything else. So there's biases in everything that we do that make us, as you said rightly, Tom, we project too far either way. And it can still be pretty horrible in the middle. It can still be a terrible political environment. There still could be riots. There still could be kinetic wars, but it may not have to be the end game.
In other news, YouTuber Crypto Banter predicts a significant market move within the next 60 days based on his analysis ahead of the FOMC news and anticipated interest rate cuts. Despite the Federal Reserve's decision to hold interest rates steady, Bitcoin remains bullish, although it experienced a slight drop to $63,000 due to the Fed's rate hold and Japan's modest interest rate increase from 0% to 0.25%. It's interesting to note that Japan has maintained a 0% interest rate for the past 20 years, only recently making a modest increase to strengthen its position against the US dollar.
Today is a big day. It is the end of July, which means that we get the monthly close. So, if you go to TradingView, you can go and set your monthly candle. Now, if you look at this monthly candle, there's a few things that you need to see about this monthly candle. The first thing that you need to see about the monthly candle is that it has a very long a very long bar down, a very short body, and then a shorter bar up. Do you know what this means? Josh, do you know what this means when you get a long bar down and then a short bar up and a body in between? Do you know what that means? That is what you call a pin bar candle, my friend. Now, what is a pin bar candle? A pin bar candle effectively means that the liquidity has been taken away on the one side, and now the direction of the candle is going to change, and we're going to continue to go up on the other side. So here, the liquidity on the downside gets sucked, and then we continue to go in the other direction. If you want confirmation of that, obviously you can go to Google, just go look at the reversal of prices, or go look what a pin bar actually means. Crypto Jelly summarizes it, and I think he summarizes it pretty well. What he says, Bitcoin took out all the available downside liquidity and pushed back above the key support 17 hours when he wrote this tweet until the monthly close. Looks good for upside in August. And it is true that it does look good for upside in August. And you can see that in the next tweet over here, which what this tweet basically says is it shows that the 2021 high has been the support for now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So we broke up about it and we've been above it for 5 months. So this will be the 6th monthly close above the 2021 high. That's very, very, very bullish. It sticks to our thesis and it sticks to our narrative that the breakout is about to come.
Bitcoin Magazine recently posted a video on their X handle, presenting an optimistic outlook for Bitcoin over the next 60 days. This aligns with Crypto Banter's analysis predicting a significant Bitcoin breakout.
Now, certainly, if more companies decide that they want to buy and never sell Bitcoin, it's going to increase the demand relative to the fixed supply. We all know that that would work in favor of the prices. But what problem is solved by companies doing that? I mean, I just don't know how many companies are really going to want to place that sort of an asset on their balance sheet and have that be an aspect of their story.
Well, I think it's worth asking what their alternatives are. And the alternative is you can buy a treasury asset that whose white paper says it's going to depreciate at 2% a year at least. And if you look back at the history of the Federal Reserve, they've printed approximately 6% supply growth over an incredibly long period of time. 6% supply growth, that just happens to correlate with the long-term growth rate of nominal GDP. What do you know? So here's the real deal. Bitcoin is the new global denominator for capital. So the problem it solves is you don't have all of these politicians running around trying to curry for favor and redistribute wealth and change taxes and change all sorts of things. You get what you get. You get 21 million Bitcoin and that's it. And so, we're incredibly optimistic about it over the long term as these dominoes continue to fall in favor of Bitcoin.
In other news, Russia has authorized the Bank of Russia to accept overseas crypto-related cross-border settlements and exchange trading. This move helps Russia circumvent several financial sanctions, allowing the country to continue trading in the global market through cryptocurrency. This decision could lead other sanctioned nations to approve crypto transactions, increasing global adoption, which is beneficial for the crypto market. Additionally, more institutional recognition is emerging. Goldman Sachs CEO recently stated that Bitcoin has a legitimate case as a store of value, a bullish statement for Bitcoin. This suggests that top U.S. institutions are beginning to acknowledge Bitcoin's potential. Given these developments, Bitcoin is poised for significant movement. Based on current analyses, Bitcoin could reach a new all-time high and establish a new price base within the next 60 days. This is especially likely as the next FOMC meeting approaches on September 17th. With strong odds that the Fed will hold rates. Cutting rates would increase liquidity in the system, benefiting digital assets. That's our video for today. We hope you found it valuable. Give your comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.